Hi YouTubers, it's George, and I've been watching Alex, TTXELA, I think it is. TTXELA, Alex, backwards. Right, okay, I've been watching Alex, who's another YouTuber, and he was testing out one of these a stove, camping stove, bushcraft stove. Well, I was going to do something a little bit similar to what he's doing, but I'm going to do it in the shed as much as I can, and I've got several different stoves and setups I've gathered over the years, and we use one as a spare one in the van, which I can't get at because the van's in lockup. But what I intend to do is to different day, different setup to boil the kettle to make a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. This is the next day. I'm actually standing in the shed, and I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up, shut the door, before get the stoves out and things like that. I've got the camera tripod there and some cooking stuff, and because you get a lot of break-ins in sheds, I don't keep any what I call decent tools in the shed, and all there is one of these either Aldi little pillar drills, which has got so much wear in it now it's difficult to drill a straight hole. And I've got a very low cost bench grinder which is bolted to a bit of wood, some sawhorses, electric heater. That's about it really. There's not much else in here. This is where I used to restore my engine, so the engine used to take up the biggest place in the shed. Oh, some trays with nuts and bolts, that's about it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need some air in here, and to get rid of paint fumes and things, I've made some holes, vents. There's one there, and I can open it. I've just got a bit of wood over there, so that's that one open. And then I've got one right down on the floor next to the fire extinguisher, which hopefully I won't need today. I'll just pull it, and it opens the vent. So that's that done. And put that on top of this old this leisure battery. Next thing is move my toolbox. Probably put it down there on the floor amongst the barbecue stuff, and I'll probably unbolt this as well to give me more room, and just shove it up the corner. Now I'm going to put some extra lights in the shed, which will have the camera. Now I don't know whether you've seen these. These are inflatable solar lights, and basically you, like any of these blow up things, you blow air in from your mouth and you get this sort of light, and then you can press a button in the middle and you get this sort of light. I can't remember if there's 3 settings. Flashing, 1, that's the brightest. I'm going to hang that up in the shed, and they charge from solar. So you hang them outside your awning or something like that, and then that gives you your light. I'm going to just put them above me, so give a bit more light. And there's 2 of these, and as I say, just inflate them. There's a button in the middle. So I've got a mug, got some milk. These are very handy. You can pick these up from Poundland and B&M and the Range, and they've got a flip lid and a little hole in the middle, and they're ideal for sauce and milk and things like that, and the cap and screws can refill them. I've got some tea bags down there, and I'll just show you this. These are some Bushcraft cutlery set I made. Don't use all of them. And there's a fork and a knife. I made all the handles, and I just need a teaspoon out of here. So I made a complete cutlery set. Okay, what I'm going to be doing is I'm using this particular kit. It was purchased from B&M, I believe, and it's mess tins. And I'll just set up the stove. Sorry about the noise. This is the stove I'm going to use, and I'll just assemble that. Get rid of bits. And it unfolds. So you twist it out like that and bring the leg out. Twist this one out and bring the leg out. Twist this one out and bring the leg out. And there we have it. Okay, let's just get it the right way around. It's got quite a big footprint. And I'm going to use a small mesh tin to make a brew. But firstly, I'm going to show you the heat shield. Now, with all my cooking stuff, I don't, not a heat shield, a windshield. I have a windshield, and this is it. It's a very low cost one. Get it out the bag. This is always a problem. Okay. Goes around like that. Okay. Then I can put my mess tin on there. Now this is a gas stove, and it runs from any cylinder that has a thread on the top. So I can either use one like that, or one like that. You can see the thread. This one's from my blow lamp, but it will work. And the other thing you can do, it will run from these very cheap cylinders, and you can buy an adapter, and I've got an adapter which converts it to a thread, and it looks like this. And this goes on the top and it locks in place, so this will convert these very cheap gas things into a threaded one. Now we need some water to boil, so I'll put some water in. I'm going to put two mugs because it generally be two of us, like Jan will be with me. That's one. Two mugs and quarter of a mug for evaporation. Okay, put that out of the way. Remove the safety thing off the cylinder, and you can see the thread. Making sure the gas is off. I'm going to thread the fitting onto the gas bottle. Like that. It always fizzes a little bit. Okay, I'll light it now. Where's that out of the way? Hopefully you can see all that. Yep, it's coming all right on the camera. It has got a piezo ignition. I tend to use one of these. So I turn it on so it hisses. Make sure that's tight. Yep. That's it alight. I'll put the main light off. I don't know whether you can see it glowing blue. Yeah. And we'll see how long it takes. It's now exactly 9 o'clock. You should be able to see it, the flame now. That's looking underneath. And then what I also do, because I've got two of these pans, I put one on the top and leave a gap, so it makes it boil quicker because it stops the heat from rising. Now it's just coming up to the 3-minute mark. Just move the camera. And we have a boil. So it's 3 minutes. Should see it steaming away there. Just put the light out so give you an indication. Hopefully you can see that. Bubbling away, so it's just over 3 minutes and you've got a real good boil now. Tea bags in. Pouring it with this can be a bit awkward. Okay. Milk. Using this top. Making a mess. Squeeze the milk. There's only me drinking this. Teaspoon. There we go. There we go. Like that. Done. So there we have it, guys. Cheers. And there would still boiling water for Jane. Please subscribe and like.